Hi, my name's Jessica Wallace. I'm 19 years old and I was born and raised down the street in Clearwater, Florida. My whole life I knew of God, I knew who He was, I knew that He was good, and I loved Him. I had trust in Him even though I didn't know much about Him. I always loved Him even before I knew what Christianity was or before I ever called myself a Christian. I ended up reaching a point in my life where I hit rock bottom. Nobody really saw it much. I tried to hide it. I was very depressed, always crying. It was not good. I was very heartbroken in life. I ended up meeting a family who taught me a lot about Jesus. And unfortunately, I don't really speak to them much anymore. One day, it hit me, something told me to go to church, that something was God. It was our Father. I didn't know anybody, no names, no nothing. Everybody was new faces. I walked into the church and I didn't feel alone, even though I was surrounded by a bunch of strangers. God was with me, I felt that. I came in, I sat down, and who happened to be preaching that day was Pastor Kent. And the way everybody knows that when he preaches, he has a lot of excitement and he's like screaming at you, but he's like screaming the word. And that day, out of all the days, he talked about joy and how God heals the brokenhearted. And I really needed to hear those words. That's when I was really touched. I started coming to church ever since then. I want to be baptized because I want to be obedient to my Father. I love Him. I want to be more like Him every day. I look to Him for everything. He's my best friend. I talk to Him all the time. I'm pretty sure people think I'm crazy because I talk to myself all the time, but I'm talking to God, okay? So I'm not crazy. But where I was born and raised, if you guys know, I'm pretty sure a lot of you do, the neighborhood that this church is placed at, it's not a good neighborhood. And thank God I was never directed towards a dark path between all the criminal acts and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, the main point that I just want to come across is that I'm doing this to be just more like Him. I love Him so much. I will do anything for Him.